You know, I swear to God, you had better laugh at this video because, you know that, like, on the internet, if you don't find something funny that somebody else finds funny, they will immediately assume that you absolutely have no sense of humor. You know, because humor is not subjective or anything like that, not at all. These are actual comments that come out of actual people's mouths via their keyboard, and they'll tell you flat out because you don't find something funny that you probably don't have a sense of humor. Sorry. Humor is probably one of the few just gut visceral reactions that we have. If we see something funny, we're gonna laugh just out of the blue sometimes. Just something, you see something on TV, you see somebody slip and fall in a puddle and they're not seriously hurt, you giggle. Well, I do anyway. Then maybe you don't. Uh-oh, the world's gonna stop turning tomorrow because of that. Fuck. This all comes about due to this recent video by these 5 little Australian boys named the, I had to write it down because I still don't even know how to say it. The Janoskians. What the fuck does that mean? Their fans are like, we're the Janoskianators. Like, no, you're not. That's way too many syllables. So they did this video where they pretended to jerk off in front of people in public, and they jerked off in front of a baby. Like a 6-month-old infant. They were just like, oh yes, this is awesome. To someone like me who lives in a city such as New York, you know, you see a lot of weird shit. And even though I have not physically seen somebody jerking off, it happens. People get jerked off on in the subway sometimes. I mean, there's some pretty gross people walking around the city. Me, I don't think I would scream and run. I would just go, oh God, I gotta walk this way now. Fuck, I can't go my usual route. But people had a big reaction to a video like this because it seemed so out of place, and it seemed just not right. Like, it just made some people have just a sick feeling in their stomach. It made me definitely just very uncomfortable, and knowing that this is not right. Like, there's nothing funny about like a teenager pretending to jerk off, because that's what teenagers do for the most part, like all the time. You know, masturbation is one of those things, like, no, we're not supposed to talk about that in public. We're not supposed to do it in public. It's kind of a felony if we do it in public. But as I was disgusted by this video, I thought, I wasn't offended. I was just disgusted, and I was just like, you guys will never be Jackass, even Jackass, at their most ridiculous times, never pretended to jerk off. I mean, Dave England did that motorbike with the head going between his crotch, and he may have taken a shit in a public, like, in like a plumbing store a couple times. See, that's funny to me. That's funny. My mom didn't think that was funny. My mom doesn't think Dave England taking his shit is funny, but I think it's funny. See how people differ things? But Mr. and Mrs. Janoskians they're not Jackass. It's like nobody would give a shit about them if they weren't like cute little boys who just look like little boys. They're just like so tiny. I'm like, grow up already. Like, get older faster. You guys are weird looking. Ew. But for somebody to tell you that you have no sense of humor if you could not see the humor in an act like that, what kind of blanket stupid ass statement is that? People were saying, oh, no, you guys, this is just a joke. They're not really jerking off. It's just a joke. It's like anytime Mr. Onision says something that people don't like or don't think is funny, excuse me, his little fans will say, like, oh, he was just joking. You stupid moron, he's just joking. It's like people seem to forget that we can calmly and rationally explain why we do not think something is a joke. We don't have to be condescending about it. We can just say, hey, this is why I don't find that funny. And I find that people on both sides of any issue when it comes to being offended, people on both sides do speak through their internet voices. They speak with a very sense an air of condescension. Everybody seems to be talking down to one another because they don't understand that other person's point of view, or they're not trying to understand it, or they can't. But it's like talking down, like, well, you don't get what I'm saying. Oh, how dare you, you horrid person. I'm never gonna think that 5 little Australian boys pretending to jerk off in public is funny. I'm never gonna find that funny. I'm never gonna find Ray William Johnson jumping all over the screen is funny. I'm never gonna find Shane Dawson's little random characters, Shanae with the triangle eyebrow above the regular eyebrow. I'm never gonna find that guy funny. I'm never gonna find Jenna Marbles talking like this and saying shit, fuck, damn, balls, cock, pussy. I'm never gonna find that funny. Does that make me a bad person? Come on now. People will say, how could you not find this funny? I find it hilarious. Well, I don't find it funny because I'm not you. How's that for a simple fucking notion? We react far too quickly on the internet. Nobody takes the time to stop and think. And I think that's one, what gets a lot of people into trouble, and two, makes us kind of not relate to each other anymore through the internet. It's way too much arguing and way too much fighting and way too much fuck you for thinking differently than me. And you know what? Truth be told, I don't think it's ever gonna get better. I think we're just going to keep getting angrier and angrier with the next social media. We're going to get Vine arguments, like Vine put-downs and like Vine rants on people. Like, this Vine user's a dick because I don't even know what Vine is. I'm just kind of spinning a story right now. There are days where I can't find any humor in this crazy internet world that we're in right now. But then there's days where you just go like that and just have to laugh. I think some people really don't like where the internet's going, and they can't laugh about it. That doesn't make them any worse of a person. On one hand, I am glad that people are able to find things funny because, you know, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and it's humor and laughter is always a good release. But there are some things that make you go, really, this is where we're going? This is where we're going? Little 15-year-olds jacking off in public? Hilarious. I don't know, that was a whole lot of talking and a whole lot of scattered thoughts. It's what I do. So I gotta go clean up my apartment. You can't see, but it's very messy right now. So, good night, bitches.